everybody, welcome back to George Does Stuff, the worst knife review channel on YouTube. As usual, the first thing I like to do is thank all my subs. I never ask anybody to like my videos. I never ask anybody to sub for my videos. I don't know why anybody would, but I appreciate those of you who do, and this channel is growing, and it's thriving, and it's all because of you guys, and I love you, and I can't thank you enough. That being said, man, I've been acquiring knives lately, and that's, I think, a very good thing for me and hopefully for you guys as well. Today, we have a very special guest from the Sprint Run department of Spyderco. This is a knife that I have been waiting for to come out for a while. It's been advertised for a while. And well, let's take a little peek, see right here. What do you say? Oh, yes, indeed. And that color can mean only one thing. This is the Spyderco Manix 2 in 15V with the big brown bear heat treat. Let me get some nice close-ups on this for everybody. Take a close peek at this. And as usual, you know, Spyderco they just knock these things out of the park. They're knives. I love their knives. They're so well made. Manix 2 is a really interesting knife. I do have another Manix 2, which will probably be making an appearance here in a minute. I have the S110V steel one. Initially, when I heard, I was very young in my knife collecting career, when I heard S110V knives were coming out, I lost my mind. I went out and I bought the P2, the Native, the Manix 2, and it turns out I didn't like it. The steel was just too brittle. I was scared to sharpen it. I got one for a buddy of mine. He cut a zip tie with it and had a blowout on the edge. Actually, I think it was his Manix. And I was like, nope. So I actually ended up selling all of them except for the Manix 2, which has just been sitting in a drawer. But anyway, 15V is supposed to be far less brittle, and mainly because of that right there, because of the heat treat. The rumor has it this metal is heat treated very well, and as a result, this 15V is nowhere near as brittle as it should be. And you know, to be honest, I have two other knives in 15V. You guys saw the PM3 that I purchased, which is my first PM3. Also in the shadows, I have a Shaman both those knives are sitting in a drawer. I'm afraid to use them because now that Crucible's gone, I don't know where we're going to get any more 15V. And that makes me sad, and it makes me not want to use these knives, which is also sad because these are fantastic knives. Let's give her a first open here. I guess technically it's the second one because I did have a short. And there is that wonderful Spyderco drop point. The design of the Manix 2 is just, it's really, really an excellent design. And particularly the light. I like the light. As a matter of fact, all of my 15Vs, with the exception of the Shaman, are all the FRN version. To me, it doesn't make any sense to pay extra money for G10. We can talk about that later. But anyway, so yeah, I really love the blade shape of this. I love the fact they have these awesome choils. You know, this is, it reminds me very much of kind of a grown-up Native, or somewhere between the Shaman and the Native. But it has the Spyderco design lock bar. Or actually, I think it's a ball joint. You guys can laugh at me and tell me exactly what it is down below. I should have done a little bit more homework, but you know, hey. As far as I know, this is the only knife that Spyderco makes that has this locking mechanism, unless I'm misremembering that, which is entirely possible. This is the worst knife review channel for a reason. But these knives carry very well. It is a little bit big, a little bit bigger knives than I like to carry, but because of their locking mechanism on this knife, they're absolutely fantastic. They're extremely fidgetable. They open very smoothly, and this is one of the knives that even in the light version opens and shuts just as easily as the G10 version. That's not true for the PM2. It's certainly not true. Well, I guess it is true for the Native because the Native it's a lockback. So what do you expect? Definitely no need to get G10 for a lockback. It's just crank and that's it. But yeah, this knife, not to be Neves and flip this thing open and shut 50,000 times, but yeah, this knife has got a very, very good action. Very good action. 15V, if you folks are not aware, is an incredibly hard steel. I don't know the hardness on this. If I find it, I'll put it up there somewhere. But 15V is supposed to be very hard steel. It is not a very tough steel. However, with this heat treat, it's supposed to be tougher than like your S110V and your Rex 121 and stuff like that, and your Maximet, which were all extremely chippy knives, but all of them are monsters of edge retention. And theoretically, this is a knife that if you put a good edge on it, and this, just looking at the factory edge, this thing has a really nice factory edge on it. If you look at the grind on that, I mean, you shouldn't have to sharpen this for a very long time, as long as you're not super hard using it. And with the steel, with this level of toughness, I wouldn't go all out with this thing. I mean, granted, it's supposed to be better than some other high edge retention steels, but still, well, that's just me. I know there's lots of people that love 15V and they beat the crap out of it, and that's why they got it. And God bless them. I wish I was that guy, but I'm just not. And unfortunately, that's one of the drawbacks of being a collector is that I'm prone to, if I find a knife and I really, really like it, and especially this steel, which is a very special steel, which we may never see again, I'm very much inclined not to use these knives, which is a shame because these are fantastic knives and need to be used. I'm gonna have to figure out one of these knives to carry eventually because they're like I said, they're too good not to at least carry one of them. By the way, I have 3 that have appeared on the channel, and there may be another one coming up, but we'll have to see. I believe this knife, I'll put the price up. It was, I think, 156, 158 range, something like that. It is a sprint run. As far as I know, these are still available. I think everybody should get one if you can afford it. This knife will be a classic, and like I said, there's a chance with Crucible going out of business or at least changing hands that they may never make this steel again. And so these are really, in my opinion, these are gems. If I were in a situation right now to buy 2 of these, 2 of each one, so I could have one to use and then one to keep, I would definitely do that. And I may pick one of these to do that if I can find one still available. And the cool thing about this is that a lot of times, if you can't find these knives, particularly on the newer sprint ones, if you can't find these knives at knife stores, go to online gun stores, because there's a lot of online gun stores that carry these knives, and a lot of people just don't think to look there because they go to online gun stores to buy guns. But a lot of them have knives, they have sprint runs, and because people don't hunt for them there, it's a great place to find them. I almost wish I hadn't told you all that, but now you know. Sharing is caring, that's what they say. So, really great knife. I'll put the dimensions up there. It's the same as all the other Manix 2 dimensions, as is evident by the fact. Here's another Manix 2. Of course, there's the Manix 2 XL, which I don't own one. But you get to see it's a much, much older brother. And this one's seen some use, but I generally kept this knife around to kind of try my hand on sharpening harder steels. And right now it's got a pretty good edge on it. I honestly don't remember what I used to sharpen this, but it's still pretty sharp. We're gonna test the edge on this knife just for the hell of it. Oh yeah, yep. I got a decent edge on that, and that is an edge I put on there. That is not the factory edge, so not terrible at all. We're gonna do the edge sharpness test on that one on this one until at the end. But until that time, we will take a look at this compared to other knives. You just saw how it compared to its exact same knife. which is kind of a silly comparison. We will compare it to its siblings. My favorite S90V steel of the PM2. Here it is with the S90V version of the Native 5, which I love the Native. It is, I love it. And you can really see the comparisons with the finger choil, you know, the overall design. You can really see, particularly since this is, again, the lightweight version, you can really see how they kind of draw from one another. And this is just if they made the Native 5 in a compression lock, it would be, particularly an S90V, in a compression lock, it would without a doubt be my favorite Spyderco. I would actually stop carrying PM2s, which is my all-time favorite carry, and start carrying the Native 5s because I love that knife. I love it. It's awesome. What else can we throw at this guy? We'll take out our old friend here, the LUDT by Microtech. And what else do we got over here? How about the another crossbar lock, the Kershaw Bel Air in MagnaCut. Excellent knife, beyond excellent knife, also an excellent knife. Let's get another Comparo in here, and then we'll move on to do some cutting tests. You know, forgive my pace. Let's see here. Ooh, okay. How about the Katsu knife, which I absolutely adore, and the scariest knife I own because it cut the hell out of me. My beautiful little QSP is a Blade HQ exclusive, 89 bucks, aluminum handles, S90V steel. Great knife, fantastic knife, one of the best knives for the money you can buy. And yeah, you can see where the Manix is. It's a large-ish knife. It carries very large because once you fold it up, it's still it's like the width of a wallet. I mean, it's a clunker. I mean, compared to these two knives, when these knives are closed, you can see they just basically, these are disappear in your pocket knives. They're just slick and slim and gone. And that chunky monkey, that's going to be around. You're going to know you're carrying that. So yeah, there you have your Comparo in sizes. It's a good size knife to carry. I think it's a very attractive knife. I'm not a huge fan of brown, but for some reason, in conjunction with the natural color of the 15V, it's a little bit darker in color than most metals. I kind of like it. It actually works quite well. Which brings us to the cutting test. So this is obviously not going to, put a lot of pressure on the edge. I can tell you that I'm going to see if I can get a close up on this factory edge because it's damn near mirror polished edge. Let's see if we can get in there. That is a very well sharpened blade. Pretty even on both sides as well. They did a good job, and let's see, is that focused? They put that edge on there. They did a good job. Good looking. All right. So there we go. Let's see how this does against the dreaded phone book of doom. Yeah, this this is definitely up there as far as I mean, obviously you guys can't feel it, and I have to hold the paper in a kind of odd way to do this test, but I mean that's very, very, I mean that's in the top 5 factory edges. Wow, that's really, really good. Those hiccups are in the paper; they're not actually in the blade. That is. Wow. Oh, wow. Yeah. This is the first time I've ever felt that edge, and that is a really, really nice edge. Well, all right, folks, that's going to do it. That is my horrible and quick review of the Manix 2 and 15V. Absolutely fantastic. Just like all the Spyderco 15V knives, very well made, very well heat treated. This edge should last freaking lifetime if you take care of it. This is not, I should also add, this is not a corrosion free knife. You need to keep this. There's a reason why they pack this with desiccant. You want to have desiccant with this. You want to oil it. I will actually grab the oil. I think I've shown it before in the channel, but I'm going to grab the oil that I use on my knives that are not true stainless steel knives, and just as a pointer, it's a good way to keep care of this knife. So let's see if I can't, through the magic of editing, suddenly appear with my oil that I like. All right, this is the stuff. This is Kurabaro 100% pure. This is, I'm not sure if it's considered, I guess it's considered non-toxic, but so this is safe to put on like kitchen knives and things like that. This is not going to poison you. While it's not non-toxic, or while it is non-toxic, it is not edible, so don't eat this. It's not like this is virgin olive oil or something, but it is. I believe it's plant-based. It is natural. It is non-toxic, and it is safe to put on knives that you use for food. And for me, it will help control keep a knife from rusting as long as you keep it nice and primed up with this stuff. Typically, unless you're putting this in a hot, moist place. If you're storing it at home, you're going to be okay. You really don't have to really, lube it up. It's not a bad idea to put a little coating on it. This stuff is very, very thin, so you can just put it on a microfiber cloth and just wipe it down and just shut it and put it in a drawer, and you're good, and it should be just fine. But yeah, this is really good stuff. If I remember, I'll put the price up here. I want to say it's under $10, and this is enough to last you a lifetime. I mean, unless you got 1,000 knives that are all prone to rusting, this is really more than enough to last you forever. And I think for $10, it's a great buy and a great way to take care of your knives. All right, folks, that's going to do it for this one. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. These are still available. Go out and get your one because they're fantastic. Use it like a beast if you want to. Stick it in a safe and sell it when it's worth $800 in 10 years. These are the choices you have to make. But either way, it's a fantastic knife. It'll serve you for a lifetime, and I'm really glad I have it. All right, folks, that's going to do it. We will talk to you later. Thanks for watching.